Hi, my name is Kirsten Collins, and I am here to give you my speech of solicitation about the roles that occur between men and women within a household. Men and women's roles in society have long been identified into specific details of what they should be. Nowadays, those roles have begun to twist and turn into things that they weren't before. Men and women are slowly beginning to embrace the idea of a non-traditional relationship, which is called egalitarian, where everything is divided equally amongst the two or whomever is involved within a relationship. And I think that this is beneficial for everyone involved, children, the whole family. Everyone can benefit from this. It seems as though the roles between men and women have been deteriorating over time. There are beginning to become in a place where there are no set rules for what a man or a woman should do. Women aren't so much looked at as the housemakers anymore, and men aren't so much looked at as the only breadwinners or people who should work and provide the bacon anymore for the family. According to Greenstein, whichever type of relationship a household couple participates in tends to produce a different amount of household work that is divided amongst them, which is true to a particular degree because women who don't work and who tend to stay home with the kids tend to take on the housework, while men who do work solely on their own tend to work and bring home the money so that their family is taken care of, versus with a more equal, non-traditional relationship, everything tends to be more closely divided amongst the middle, as to where both work, both pay bills, both contribute to every aspect of the lifestyle, so to speak. According to Qualls, in household decision behavior, while within a more traditional home, the decision making process tends to fall into a pattern that is repeated and expected because of the particular role that each spouse possesses, which is true. If I were the man in the relationship and I was bringing home the bacon, working very hard every day, the only one with a job, then yes, I would expect to be able to come home to a clean home with the kids straight and in line. And if I was a wife, I would not expect a wife who did not work, who decided to stay home and take care of the kids in a more traditional setting. I would not expect for my husband or even wife to come home and to have to cook for me when I've been sitting at home all day. It's something that is expected for the other to do, and that is completely understandable. It's no secret that in a more traditional home that a woman makes the decisions about what to eat, what to cook, how it's prepared, and how it's distributed amongst the anyone within the family. And I have lived this. My mother was a more traditional type of a woman when it came down to her relationship and how she ran her household. Uh, Anyone's opinions about what to eat, it was thought of, but it didn't really matter because at the end of the day, what she decided to cook is what we ate, period. Um, while within an egalitarian household, everyone would contribute in some sort of way. If there is more money coming into the household, you will be able to afford the highest quality food. You will be able to afford better food, more food that are healthier for the family. Versus within a traditional household where there is more likely only one income, you have to get with what you can, and that's just it. But within a non-traditional setting, you have more options and more people contribute as to what is for dinner. What do you want when you go grocery shopping? It creates a variety, a healthier variety, versus someone who is the only cook, who only goes grocery shopping on their own, who buys all of the food within a household. You have no choice but to take what they bring home, and that can be a really good or a really bad thing. Which means if the cook of the household is bad at it, if they eat unhealthily, well, then everyone in the household eats unhealthily, versus where you can have more of a variation within your home, and which is another reason why this type of lifestyle should be embraced by more people, because it's healthier and it's safer. According to Thornton, Alwyn, and Camburn, the trend of women contributing to their household has no major signs of slowing down, even from the middle of the 1970s. Which is true. More women are entering into the workforce. More women want to be considered equal to their men. They don't want to just sit at home anymore and bring raise the kids without a career of their own, without being able to contribute, or without having to have their hand out asking for money when they need it. And that's quite understandable. It's less stress on their spouse within a relationship and less stress on themselves because they are able to provide for themselves. According to Greenstein, the different roles that both women and men take part in determines how their home is run. But it also determines how different corporations market and advertise different products. Which means that basically, if a corporation is aiming towards traditional setting household, they would basically, for home products, they would advertise towards the women, because the women take care of the house. So all of this affects everything within the world. It affects everything. It affects how food is advertised, how household products are advertised, because you have to pique the interest of the person that is in charge of the home. These roles can determine how a person lives, where a person lives. There's a study that, well, where Bilby stated, potential loss from a move appears to deter wives from capitalizing on opportunities at a new location, but a wife's potential loss does not deter a husband's, which is because in a more traditional setting, a husband is the provider. He makes those major decisions, while a woman or whomever he is with at home only makes the decisions within the home. But he is the one to make those major decisions because he is the provider. He makes the money. Overall, he has the final say. And all of these things are very good reasons as to why one should consider breaking out of the shell of a traditional household. It's more beneficial to everyone involved. Both spouses, both parties, even the children. Everyone eats better. It's a healthier living. It's less stressful for everyone involved. And I think it's amazing. And kudos to those who have already began to embrace this movement. I think it's an amazing thing for everyone to do. So this is a very condensed version of my original speech. So if you want or would like to hear or read, I can send you the link in an email. Simply send me an email and I'll give it to you. My email is in the information box under the video. Click it, send me an email. There you go. Thanks. Have a good one.